So I'm going to give you 10 of each, okay? So 10 positives, 10 negatives. So we're going to start with the positives. Or shall we start with the negatives? Shall I do like one of those sandwiches? Good, bad, good kind of thing. We'll start with the positives. Okay. So, I think one of the best things about moving to another country, again, Ghana being hot, I think is the weather. It's like, it does wonders for my skin, like seriously. Whenever I'm in London, my skin becomes dry and I was getting rashes on my face. But in Ghana, the sun really does wonders, the vitamin D. Number 2 would be obviously growing up in one country, moving to another, you get to meet amazing people. You get to meet a load of new friends, new acquaintances, new contacts, new business contacts. So I think that's really good. Obviously, you tend to kind of go out and that's when you would meet people. But then you kind of meet some unsavory people that kind of fancy you, so they want to they say that they're going to do things for you business wise to kind of help you with that, but really they're only doing it so that they could probably sleep with you. And then when they can't, that's when they pull all the stuff that they said that they were going to help you with, which can be very annoying. And then obviously if you get the opportunity to work in Ghana, you will meet, just like in your home country, you've got long-lasting friends from school or from your work environment, so you get to meet genuine people that you can call upon and say, okay, you know, can you do me a favor? Because Ghana is all about who you know. So obviously if you don't know nobody, you know, it's quite difficult for you to get anywhere. So it is all about who you know. So obviously if you're in an environment where you have quite a large social circle, or you have a job, you actually get to meet genuine people in those type of circumstances where you can become business partners and things like that, because you kind of might share a common goal. So that's also very, very good. And obviously for me, I didn't go to school in Ghana, I schooled in the UK. So obviously I don't have anyone that I've got some long-standing friends in Ghana say, oh, I'm coming, can you do this for me? Can you help me out with this? So it's really good, obviously, to kind of be in an establishment, whether, because there's many kind of groups in Ghana that you can join, and obviously working would be another good option, and or whether you're just quite sociable, so you have quite a good social circle, because Ghana is very sociable, you know. The traditional food, you get to eat and experience all the traditional food, or you know, the local food and all of that type of stuff, and it doesn't have to come on a plane journey to be exported into the country like you're living in now. You can just go to Ghana, you get fresh goat meat, fresh everything really, you know. It's just the fact that also, because of the light off as well, they don't really deal with all that frozen food, so usually it's fresh. So I think all round, you know, you get kind of like a more healthy lifestyle, and you kind of get to enjoy the traditional lifestyle and try different foods that you haven't tried, that they probably don't even cook in other countries. Fresh fruit, I have to say, I love that about Ghana, the fact that they have so much fresh fruit. People grow it out, you know, in their gardens. So we're talking coconuts, mangoes, pineapples, and also even if you wanted to buy them, they're not expensive to buy them either. I mean, in the UK, eating healthily can be expensive. It can be quite expensive. So in Ghana, you know, you can eat healthily on a budget. And you know, if you've got a family, you've got children, you want them to eat more fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, you have it at your disposal. If you don't already speak the traditional language, you can take this as an opportunity to learn the traditional language or learn some more words. So when you go back, you feel like, yeah, I've actually learned something as well. You can learn more about the culture. You can go to certain places like Elmina Castle, Cape Coast, different historic places, and actually learn firsthand a bit more about the African and the Ghanaian culture. In Ghana, we have a stable government, so you know, there's no risk of wars and all of that type of stuff. So Ghana is a very peaceful country. You know, you can enjoy, you have the freedom to do as you please. That's not always a good thing, but you know, you get to do and achieve what you want to achieve, you know. Obviously, Ghana is a developing country and it is constantly developing. Like, you know, you can be in Ghana, you go away for a year, 5 years, come back, totally different. And that's a good thing, that Ghana is always constantly developing. There's more people that are moving into the country, trying to develop the country. Basically now, would be a good time to get in there, establish yourself, and then when things are much more developed, you've already been there in the system. So obviously there's constant development in real estate, in technology, in businesses. So that would be a good time to get in there. Working. If you're lucky enough to get a job with a multinational company that pays in dollars, well, you're laughing all the way to the bank, because there are a lot of companies, they need the expertise from people from abroad. And if you're in high demand, you can earn like much more money in Ghana, in Africa, than if you were in the UK or the US. So with expenses being quite substantially quite lower as well, can be lower, that would also be quite good. So you get to enjoy the weather, the beaches, amazing scenery. And so I think even, obviously we have seasons in the UK, so certain times in the winter everyone's home, you know, you can't do much, don't really socialize much. But in Ghana it's like a constant party, you know. I'm joking. No, but obviously, you know, you have the good weather, you get the opportunity to build your home from scratch. Don't know about y'all, but in the UK, unless you're a millionaire, you know, it's very difficult for you to do that, you know. So in Ghana, you get the opportunity to build your home from scratch, and it doesn't have to cost millions, and you know, it doesn't have to be very big. If it's quite a modest home, you can buy land, and that is something that you own. In the UK, the US, we have mortgages. We don't own it until that last payment. And that's like, what, 25 years, 30 years. So I think that's also a benefit, because then you have something to leave to your children. Obviously, real estate, regardless of mortgage or not, it's obviously still a good investment. But you get to actually build your home from scratch just the way you want it. Don't be scared about, you know, what you hear about building your own home. It doesn't have to cost loads of money. You know, Ghana, one thing I can say about Ghana, it is slow but sure. You know, just take your time, and by all means, you'll succeed. If you start, you're definitely going to finish. I can go into more of the real estate stuff on another video. Just let me know if you want me to do that. Starting a business. Starting a food business, especially in the UK, there's a lot of red tape. You know, there's a lot of procedures and rules and regulations that you have to adhere to before you can even get it off the ground. So in Ghana, the food industry, selling of food, is very, very big. I think it's getting to a point where in probably around the world, people are cooking less and less at home and eating more outside. Ghana has a lot of street food, so there's a lot of people obviously starting businesses just outside their house selling kelewele or fried jam. People buy it, it's very, very cheap, you know. So like 2 cedis for 5 pieces, 10 pieces of fried jam. That's my favorite, I do love it. Anyway, so to start your own business is not that much red tape. So, you know, the world is your oyster in that sense. If you want to start a business, if there's something that you want to do, you can do it in Ghana. You just have to put the work in, and like I said, make the right contacts. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, you're done. You know, you can start that business that you want to start. So those are the positives for moving to Ghana. Don't forget to follow me and get in touch on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. The Only Way is Ghana, or at TOWINGHANA.